Hey guys, listen. In this month of December, I am slaying because it's my birth month. Eh? I am slaying because the Lord has been good to me this year. So slay upon slay upon slay. That's what I'm doing in this month. Right? Listen when I tell you for a fact that it is your body. So have sex with a man if you want to. If men can do it, I mean, women can do it too. So to hell with the double standards. I mean, women can do it too. Have a good time with as many men as you want. Men do it on a daily basis. Who says a woman can't? Listen, that's the advice most women will give themselves because they've been hurt from being cheated on by their men. But I don't agree with that typical advice. I think it gets women into a lot of unnecessary trouble. And we as women, we should put some respect, some honor on our vaginas. I do think that we will not get into unnecessary traumatic experiences that we find ourselves too often if we do put some respect on our vaginas. Some of the things that we suffer today as women could have been avoided if only we closed our legs more and understood the fact that your vagina is a gateway to your soul. And thus, it is very important you place an embargo on who has access to it. If we understood what trouble and what stress our coochies can bring with being involved with the wrong man, we would know firsthand that a man can sleep with a woman without developing feelings. And if there was one question every woman should ask in her life, it would be this one question: can men have sex with a woman without having feelings for her? And ideally as women, we should ask this question before sleeping with any man. But regrettably, a lot of us never ask this question early enough until we have been played a fast one by these men. So let me answer this question. Can a man sleep with a woman without developing feelings for her? Because when you have the answer, it will make all the difference in the world in your love life. Of course, men will sleep with you and not have any kind of feeling for you. In fact, they can make love to you passionately and you will feel the emotion, feel the room. And they can do it time and time and time again if you allow them, but all the while have no iota of feeling for you. They're just there for the coochie and for the fun times. Men can definitely sleep with a woman without developing feelings. That's it. In fact, that's what they do every single day. So consider it their default state. And there is more to this. Listen, this is not disputing the fact that men can not develop feelings for a woman. They can, but you've got to realize that these feelings are entirely separate from sex itself. Sex will make a man feel for you. That's where we get it all wrong as women, because we as women, we bond through sex, through intimacy. Most men don't bond through that. In fact, the more you try to use sex to make him bond with you, the more you damage yourself, unless he's already in love with you, of course. These men carry, on an average, a healthy male can produce approximately 1,500 sperm cells per second. That's amounting to about 100 million sperm per day. What do you think that they would want to put it in or release onto? Huh? Probably any available coochie with no strings attached. And just as they are done, they're back to square one, to their normal self. So to assume that a man could bond with you and value you more through the act of sex is somewhat a misguided, assumption, to put it that way. In fact, the more you offer your physical body in fear of losing him or due to wanting to make him fall in love with you, the more low value you would seem to all men. All men, I'm sorry to say. So know this and know peace, because I speak nothing but the truth. Don't be fooled. The reason why men can sleep with you without developing feeling has got to do with sperm production, specifically the amount and regularity in which sperm is produced. Here's the thing, darling, here's the thing. Each man produces so much sperm that if they don't actively release some sperm every 12 to 48 hours, it starts to really become uncomfortable for them. Some men have learned how to channel it into something as productive as their work, but that can only last for how long now? Not so long. Or some can just masturbate to have a sense of release, but half the time, that's not enough. I am a woman and I have taken time to study about the makeup of a man to better understand how they work or function biologically. And if you doubt me, you could try asking any young man in your life how he feels after 4 days of not releasing his sperm through masturbation or through sleeping with a woman. So men need to release their sperm. And in order for them to accomplish that, they have to just have some place to release it. It could be anywhere, as long as it is a willing place. It could be a woman or somewhere else more neutral. So if you as a woman, you offer that place without or before it ever building up any real emotional connection and emotional attraction, then you just became another place he could release his sperm onto. It's sad, but this is the honest truth. And that's why I preach abstinence for as long as you can in order for you to build a connection with a man. If not, you will just be one of those women he has conquered. And sure thing, even if you had mad chemistry and attraction, it just means that perhaps the release was more exciting for him, but it wasn't that deep for him. That's why it's not advisable to play that game of friends with benefits, especially if you're very sensitive and emotional like me. I don't play that game. Remember this. He is a man. He does not have a womb. He doesn't and will never go through that incredible vulnerable stage of being pregnant and rearing young child. Thus, he doesn't come wired with the instinct to create emotional bonds through sex. I mean, it wouldn't even cross his mind unless and until he really starts to care about you. Let's say he did start to care about you and formed an attachment to you. In this case, even if he wanted to create an emotional bond with you through sex, often he will do it just for you, not just for himself. And this means that love and sex are not connected in his mind. It takes a certain type of emotional connection and emotional attraction to a woman to make a man connect love and sex with you. See, just take this home, if not all that I have said today. Men are wired differently. We are never going to feel and love the same way and love quickly too. So no, men don't catch feelings through sex with a woman or through hooking up with a woman. The only situation in which they can is when there is emotional attraction and emotional connection. And these are two most important ingredients in any passionate, committed, long-term relationship. And sometimes these two ingredients can be formed depending on how the woman presents herself. So if you say, oh, what if I sleep with him for years and connect with him in a way that no other woman has ever connected with him so deeply, would he feel for me? The truth is that, my darling, that you can sleep with him for eternity and give him the best styles. Give him your soul. If he doesn't find that one thing that makes you a woman he can never do without in this world. He will sleep with you till infinity and not still feel for you. Because for a man, sex and love are two different processes entirely. Men by default can separate love and sex. So don't you ever assume that by having sex with a man, he would love you more. Neither should you ever think that if he loved you, he would love sex with you. These are two different pathways for a man. See, you don't even have to be great in bed for him to love you. And you could be great in bed and he still doesn't see himself sharing the remainder part of his life with you. It's a harsh truth, I know. That's the complexity of a man. And we say women are more complicated than men. We're not ready for this conversation. But I dare end by saying that when a man finally connects with you on an emotional level, where he is super attracted to you on an emotional level, then you will know. There will be no confusion about where he stands with you in that relationship. You don't have to doubt it. It would be clear as day and night for all to see. So if you slept with him and you're here wondering if he has caught feelings for you, you probably already knew before clicking on this video. And sis, you're not the problem, but you will be if you keep allowing him find you as a place to release his sperm. So close those damn legs and stay safe. It is hard out there. So this is where we end it. Until I come your way, when I come your way, do know that I love you and God loves you best. Mwah.